Hi, welcome to our channel RPA UiPath bot. Let me share you few details on RPA using this video. In this video, we are going to learn about what is RPA, benefits of RPA, where to use RPA, features of RPA and RPA tools. Let's see one by one. What is RPA? RPA, robotic process automation, robots, all these became buzzwords during these days, right? So you might get interest to see what does this mean. So let's learn the full form of RPA. RPA stands for robotic process automation. R stands for robotic, P stands for process, A stands for automation. So when you get a question during interviews, to give the full form of RPA, you can say simply robotic process automation. Now let's see its definition. RPA is a software technology that makes it easy to build, deploy, and manage software robots that emulate human actions interacting with digital systems and software. For the very first time, when you see this definition, you may get confusion. But let me tell you in detail. RPA is a software technology. Till this point, you can understand, right? It is nothing but a software technology. Understood? What is this software technology? It is interacting with the digital systems. What are the examples of digital systems and software? Daily, being an employee or being a student, you might be working with or communicating through many applications, many softwares. So all those comes under digital systems. Let us say, for example, if you are an employee of an organization, you will be logging into many applications related to your office organization. And as a daily task, you might be as soon as you log on to your system, I mean to say your laptop or your machine, you are supposed to log into Outlook, you are supposed to log into Microsoft Teams, you are supposed to provide your timesheet, you are supposed to log on to your organization website. So there are many repeated steps, repeated activities you are performing on a daily basis, right? Say suppose you are logging daily at 10 o'clock and one day when you have a meeting scheduled at 10 o'clock, what you will do? You will log into your system half an hour before, right? Because you are supposed to do this repeated jobs now. So in order to complete the repeated jobs before you move on to your meeting, you are supposed to log in half an hour early. To avoid this, I mean to say, if suppose there is a software or there is some application which will take care of all these repeated daily jobs on behalf of you, your work gets easier, right? Instead of logging in half an hour before, you will aram se log in at 10 o'clock and at background that software will be running and do other repeated jobs on behalf of you, and you can directly move on to your scheduled meeting. Understood? So a software robo that emulates human actions. Human actions are nothing but the steps whatever I provided, I told you now. A robo which will be simulating the actions performed by you interacting with the digital system is managed through a software, right? Let me give some organization application. What or the steps you perform. Step 1, you might be double click on browser icon so that browser will open, right? Step 2, you will be giving URL of the application in browser, right? So that application opens. Step 3, you will identify where to give your credentials, right? So that you will move your cursor, mouse cursor to that point. Next, step 4, you will give, yes, you will give username. Step 5, you will give password. Step 6, you will click on submit, right? This will log on to the application. So it's not an easy job, right? There are n number of steps. See, to log on to your organization application, you are performing these 6 steps daily, blindly, to be frank. Yes, blindly, because we will not concentrate more when doing this daily repeated job. So all these steps are considered as the actions performed by a human being. And these actions, these steps are simulated, means enacted by a robot using software. Understood? So, RPA, using this technology, we are going to build a software, we are going to deploy a software, and we are going to manage a software which is enacting human actions, interacting with digital systems and software. I think you got a clear idea what does this technology means. So RPA is a software technology that can makes you to build your software robot, to deploy your software robot, to manage your software robot. And that software robot is nothing but a robot, a piece of code which enacts, which simulates, which emulates human actions interacting with digital systems and software. Perfect. So whenever you got a question, what does an RPA technology means? You can provide the full form of RPA along with the definition. Now let's move on to the other one, benefits of RPA. Since you got the definition, you might understood the benefits of RPA, but let us see what does an organization get benefited using RPA technology. Accelerated transformation means nowadays all the majority of the organizations concentrating on digital transformation. So they would like to transform digitally to get more productivity, to get more savings. So using RPA, they can be benefited in a faster manner. Digital transformation can be faster if they use RPA. So that is one benefit of RPA. And then major cost savings. Exactly. So when my work, instead of spending some half an hour of time to do a repeated job, can be accommodated within 5 minutes or within a minute of time, I can spend that time being an employee, I can spend that time in a more productive work, right? So that way it saves cost. So this is one more benefit of RPA. And then greater resilience. So when there is a demand spike, a faster response to demand spikes. For example, COVID cases. When there are much number of COVID cases, it will be tough to test whether the person is having COVID or not, right? So when the demand is peaks, there should be faster response. In such scenarios, RPA gives fast response based on the demand. Next, higher accuracy. Exactly. A work done by a piece of code is obviously more accurate than the work which is done by a human being, because we are human beings and we have many chances to commit some mistakes, to commit some errors, right? Sometimes we may forget some password, and sometimes we may use some extra spaces while providing a URL of the application. I'm talking about the same example. When I'm going to open a browser, I might click 3 times instead of double click. So these are committing mistakes, being a human being. But being a robo, it will perform the actions whatever we feed to the software, right? So accuracy will be more compared to human being activity. Next, improved compliance. Many organizations proved this. Compliance will be more using RPA. Boosted productivity. Obviously, being an employee, when my daily repeated tired job is when it is waved off, I can concentrate, I can focus on more productive work. So, obviously, productive work will be boosted in the organization. Next, more value from personnel. Exactly. So, I'll be more happy being an employee and I'll focus on better works to provide more productive works. I'll give my best when I'm not tired in doing the repeated jobs. So that way, all these comes under benefits of RPA. So when this question being asked in your interview, you can provide all these benefits. Now let's move on to where to use the RPA. Now that you got some idea on where to use the RPA, right? Or in many organizations where digital systems or software being used. This is a Paka idea. Now let's see. You're right. In all the organizations, taking from financial services to public sectors to retail, manufacturing, private sectors, healthcare, what there are many domains in all the organizations, wherever there is some digital system with software. So we can use RPA in all these areas. Now let's move on to the features of RPA. See, just think from an organization perspective. When I want to transform my organization digitally, I need a technology which should identify where we can automate, which should identify the process which can be automated. So this is a risky task. Not only identifying, it needs to build the automation without touching the existing systems, right? It should not disturb the existing flow of the business. That is the most majority risk, actually, major risk. Next, deploy whatever you build. Next, a technology where it has to manage whatever you have automated. There will be bigger organizations where there are multiple processes performed on a daily basis. It might be in thousands, lakhs, or millions to years. In bigger organizations, many processes will be there in millions, in thousands in numbers. So all those process, when you identify such process to automate and deploy those process, your technology is supposed to maintain, manage the automations, what you have done. So this is my need being an organization. Now let us see the features of RPA, and maybe because of its features only, because of its important features, this became a very buzzword these days, demanding technology these days. Rapid, significant return on investment. So, when an organization is going to use an RPA, it is supposed to give, it is supposed to invest in lower amounts because it's just buying a technology. But see its output. Being an employee, my 6 steps in logging into an application can be automated, but think from bigger end. If that automation can be used by multiple employees in the organization, say millions of employees, so the output return on what you have invested is more, right? So that way RPA gives significant return on investment with very minimal investment. No disruption to the underlying systems. I told you, right? When we are automating some process, it should not touch the existing business flow. If it is disturbing the existing process or existing flow of the business will definitely get impacted and it is of no use in that case. So, using RPA, it will not disturb the underlying systems. So, this is the main feature of RPA. Next, low code build environment. We are not going to write thousands of lines or lakhs of lines of code in building this environment. We can simply say low code, no code environment. I'll talk more on this in coming videos. Scalable and enterprise ready. So this is more scalable and easy to use and ready to use. So all these features made RPA, stood RPA as a demanding technology in market nowadays. Let us move on to the next part, RPA tools. So now we learned what is RPA and we learned its uses, benefits and its features. Now we need a tool to use this technology, right? We have multiple tools available in marketplace. Let me show you some samples. Blue Prism, Kapao, UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and Nice, many more, not only these. I just took some top tools. So there are many tools in marketplace under RPA. So coming to our video end, we learned what is RPA, definition of RPA through this video, its benefits, its features, its uses, and number of tools which are existing in marketplace right now. So let us know more, let us learn more, taking one of these tools in depth in our coming videos. I hope this video help you to understand what does RPA in current tech field. Okay. So if you like this video, please share with your friends and colleagues, and please don't forget to subscribe our channel, and please select the all option in the bell icon so that my next videos comes to you. Thank you.